Another week, another weekly reset. Now, normally I don't do face cam for these particular videos, but I want to show you guys the 3 new CDs that I got today. Breaking Benjamin, We Are Not Alone, Breaking Benjamin Saturate, Queen of the Damned. Many of you guys already know that I got the 2 Avril Lavigne CDs a while ago, as well as Smallville soundtrack. I've been low-key trying to get CDs back that I had as a child and maybe some new ones, for nostalgia reasons. But without further ado, let's get into the start of the weekly thing. There will be time codes in the description below if you want to skip to a certain section, so let's begin. And as per usual, we shall begin with Nightwave. Hack 10 consoles. Basically, you can do this pretty easy if you go in solo for 10 survival missions, or you're the first to hack at all the survival missions. It's really up to you. I think low-key you can technically also either go to spy missions, or you can set off a bunch of alarms in the mission and have to deactivate them. I don't know. Do it however you want. Then we have Polarized. Now, this said polarize a weapon, companion, or Warframe, meaning that you put a format on them. Okay, any kind of format, just add a format to a Warframe weapon or companion. Make sure it's not in the simulacrum. The reason it said not simulacrum, because there was a thing that happened a while back. There was some kind of thing people could do and whatnot. And that thing had been patched, I believe, but just to be safe, they made it so it doesn't count if it's in the simulacrum. So keep that in mind. Defeat the Orum in Steel Path. It's funny it says that, because I feel like there are maybe a lot of people going to the Very this week in the Steel Path, but not in this particular way. I'll tell you what I mean once we get farther down into the whole circuit area. Yeah. And then we have complete 8 zones of Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. I could have thrown this was just here 2 weeks ago, but what you gonna do, I guess? Kill 30 XMS, complete 15 missions, and kill 500 enemies. The regular, per se, what you do normally type thing. Now, I'm going to hover over these so you guys can actually see the descriptions. Hopefully I don't go too fast for you guys, because I do hover over these because one of you guys mentioned one time ages ago that I was going over them too quickly, or rather I wasn't even hovering over them, so you guys couldn't see what they were. So hopefully this helps in some way. And then we have alternate skins and weapons, and even a K-Drive scroll thrown in every so often. And then these this is the color palette. This and this together make a boss fight. Yes, it's this boss. This is how you get his glass sword for beating him. And yeah, these are fully built Orkan reactors and Orkan catalysts, so you don't gotta worry about getting a blueprint if you decide to pick it up, by the way. Now, let's see what our good buddy, good pal, Teshin has, shall we? A Zaw ribbon mod. Okay, I guess that is a thing. A Zaw ribbon mod you can get for 75 Still Essence if you so wish, and that's what Teshin has. Now, what I've been waiting to show you guys, the circuit. But we gotta go to normal mode. Why not? When I pick Garuda. Garuda did just get a Gemini skin recently, so Garuda is a fair choice. Although we already have Gruda, so it didn't really make much difference to us, but there you go. But what's more important is the circuit is still packed. As you can see, as per the update, there's been new stuff added, okay? Yes, new stuff added. So I definitely recommend picking up the the two that you want for the first go, because here's the thing, okay? These will go in rotation, okay, which means they shouldn't appear for roughly a month and a half, give or take, in which case then it would swing back around and you'll be able to get two more. So after I hit confirm, these will be the things. So at 5 I'll get this, then at 10 I'll get this, and it won't let me choose more for the week. So choose your two wisely, okay? Because those are the only two you'll be able to get this week. You'll have to wait, like I said, around a month and a half, give or take, to get any more. So keep that in mind. And that's also why I made the comment earlier that more people will probably be playing Deviri technically, but it's probably going to be the circuit. So keep that in mind. That stuff came with the update. That's how I know that. Nobody else has all 5 of them. Nobody has all 5 of them, including me. So, yeah. Archon Hunt. This is the Archon for the week. You can get an Amber Archon shard as a reward. This is the percentage that will be a Talford variant of the Archon shard instead, which will just be slightly more powerful and shinier, I suppose, but at the very least you'll get the regular version of the Archon shard by completing all 3 parts of the Archon Hunt, with this week are Spy, Defense, and Showdown, which is basically an assassination against the Archon, basically. Descendia! I'm going to hover over the rewards while talking a bit. Descendia is the basic climb the tower type thing, but instead of climbing the tower, you're descending to the lowest point of the tower. Every 7, there is actually a checkpoint that you can do, so you don't have to do it all in one go if you don't wish to do it all in one go. That is an option. But wait, there's more. There's a steel path variant, which you can do if you want. It has its own reward track, as you can see, expected from the steel path variant or steel path track, and the same whole every 7 you can have a checkpoint and whatnot if you so wish. Since we're at the Sanctum, we can talk to Bird 3, see the shiny treasures, and this week Bird 3 had the Crimson Archon Shard as an option. You'll need to be max rank with the Syndicate and pay 30,000 standing to be able to actually get this particular Archon shard. But wait, there's more. If we talk to Necroloid over here, Necroloid will give us the option to, well, these are individual parameters. Necroloid will give us the option to make our lives a bit harder and turn on challenges for us for Deep Archimedea, but as a thing, we will get a greater reward. Higher the risk, higher the reward. Am I right? Am I right? But this isn't the only Archimedea to Archimedea. No, if we come to the universe where it's 1999, all day, every day, presumably that era where the CDs I showed you from the beginning, from Well, not really technically, but you know what I mean. And we talk to Kaya and go to Temporal Archimedea. You can see that the same individual parameters format as well as adding challenges to yourself because higher risk, higher reward. And there's even a sticker element involved in this one. But I digress. Feel free to let me know if you guys do deep Archimedea or any kind of Archimedea anymore. And if you guys listen to Breaking Benjamin, Avril Lavigne, Smallville soundtrack, Queen of the Dame soundtrack, anything I've mentioned in the past. And yeah, with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.